You said you think it's a, yep, I agree as well. It's about being useful. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Thanks for the share. And yeah, that that's amazing. Can you say that one more time? Exactly. And the first tip I'll give before we hop down to Miriam is that, you know, don't try to start networking when your back is against the wall. You should always be networking. And even the people in your network, make sure that you reach out to them. Just not when you need something, reach out to them, ask them how they're doing. Remember key things about them. Ask how you can be useful to them. Right. That's the first way to not be the used car salesman. At least you'll step up to, a Mercedes or a luxury car salesman, brand new out the lot. All right. With that, we can go straight to Miriam. Yes, real quick. So because of the way I'm on my computer, so it won't allow me to do emojis. So if you see me on mute, that's the only way I can kind of communicate silently. Uh, but Miriam, thank you so much for the share. I definitely understand that fear, and I also have that. It's not I had, I still actively have that. And here's a little hack that I have. Although what Netta said is very true, I'm not as optimistic. I feel as though people don't really want to help you. So what's the hack to get around that? Not everyone is not like that, but I don't want to take the chance to the 50-50 chance of somebody being one of those people that don't want to help. So what I started to do is first I had to understand what my superpower was. What do I mean? What am I offering? How can I help this person? How can I help anyone? So especially in an in-person networking situation, if we're at a place where networking is known to be going to happen, I talk to people and I figure out who they are first, and then I figure out what I can do for them. And I offer help, I offer advice, I offer my time and expertise. And what that does, in my experience, it always works. It disarms the person. And guess what? After you tell them what you can maybe or maybe not, what you can maybe do for them now or in the near future, they always respond, well, hey, thank you so much for your time, man. What does helping you look like? And then that kind of takes the weight off, and I can go into my spiel and tell them how I can be the best job coach or recruiter they ever met. So first step, Mariam, is just figure out, if you haven't already, what is your superpower? What are you good at? And that doesn't just have to be your job skill, right? Netta is a great connector. So when she's networking, she can figure out who somebody is and what they're looking to do. And she'll have somebody in her network who she can say, hey, listen, I may have this guy or girl to introduce you to. So Miriam, do you know your superpower? Okay. So if we were at a networking event and you overheard me saying, "Oh man, I have my my college age kid who just needs more direction, trying to get some training in the tech industry." How would you take that opening to present yourself to me? Oh, I was saying, so if we were at a networking event and you overheard me, well, let me back up. You said you used to train and teach people in tech. Is that correct? Did I hear that correctly? All right. So let's say you're at a networking event and I'm some executive at a company, maybe you're trying to get a contract from, or that you're just trying to do something with. And you overhear me talking about how I have a college aged kid that needs some technical training, right? How would you take that opening? So so that's great, but I don't know you. I'm at a networking event. You're gonna come say, "Hey, can I meet your kid?" You seem very energetic about what you do, but what do you do? Right? So, and remember, like Netta said at the beginning, we're going to tell you from the other side. We always know what we're trying to get across, but perception kind of begets reality, and it's just from a different point of view. So, what I'm asking is, how would you take that opening if you heard me saying that to someone else in conversation? How would you take that opportunity to jump in, introduce yourself, and find out more of how you can maybe be of service to him? Okay. It's not bad at all. I know we're not doing a full role play here, but more so what I was looking for is, hey, first introduce yourself. Say, I heard you over talking about how you have your kid looking to get technology training. What type of training is he or she looking to get, if you don't mind me asking? It's a little intrusive without introducing yourself, but it piques their interest and they'll tell you reluctantly. And then you say, well, hey, that's amazing. The reason why I asked first, I'm Mariam, sorry, and I do this, and this. So it sounds like, I heard you saying the situation your child was in, and it sounds like that's exactly what I train in. Here, would you mind exchanging info so we can get, either a little bit later today or while we're here at this event, get some time to kind of discuss further to see how I can help you out. All right, short, sweet, to the point. Doesn't, because they were already in conversation, so you're not taking them away from their conversation. You're not taking longer than a minute. You've expressed you found the need. You've provided that you are a possible solution, and you did a call to action to talk more in detail. So with that, again, that's exactly how we said we're disarming them, and that with me, Miriam, helps take away the fear of all of that, of just coming across of trying to get something, sell something, and so forth. I hope that helped a little bit. Prac- Nope, all good. You covered all of the bases. I know we said, I see we have Alex and TF. Did any of them have their hands raised? I can't see on my screen if they did. Okay. Well, yeah, either raise your hand or unmute. If not, in the meantime, I guess I'll just fill the space, continuing to follow up on what Netta just said. It does take a level of finesse, but the key thing that she mentioned is practice. Practice, practice, practice. Go to these networking events. You don't know how, I can't tell you how many times I've tied my tongue. I tied my tongue speaking to you guys. But in person, it is a different beast, and I just happen to love it. Now that I'm getting back into the rhythm of things, sometimes you don't always have a connection, and that's another key tip I want to give you guys. Don't try to force it. If it's nothing that you can do with that person, or if it's not a direct fit, still listen, still get their contact, but don't waste their time. Right? Get their contact and follow up. And another thing about business cards, I heard somebody say you're handing out business cards left and right. If you haven't, get a digital business card. It's just a lot easier, and it stores all the information. And a lot of the technology, I use Popl, Popl. All right, it's a digital business card that you can have like in person, where you can just tap the phone, or you can just have the QR code on your phone. But what I love about Popl is that uh, it aggregates all of the contacts. Say if you get more than 3 contacts in one day, it aggregates into an event and a spreadsheet that you can just automatically send emails to and follow up and everything. So, Alex, TF, no one wanted to speak yet? And no worries. I just want to make sure. How's it going? Great share, Tiff. Thank you so much. Thank that was it. I don't have too much to share on top of that, except uh, I guess we got away from the word cringe. But for me, at the beginning, I guess now that I think about it, the reason it felt cringe is because I didn't believe myself. Does that make sense? I guess you call that imposter syndrome at the time. I didn't believe in myself. I knew what I was doing was good, but it just I hadn't had enough clients yet to know how good I was. But like TF and Netta both said, you just got to do it, right? You got to start and you got to continue to go. You got to be consistent. And through my consistency, I started to see my clients being very happy and that I'm actually very good at what I do and that I'm actually helping change people's lives. So once I started to take that approach and that mindset and understanding my own worth, it wasn't so cringeworthy for me because now, yes, Netta, you're right. You are going to sell yourself and sell your services when you're networking for that purpose, right? But now when I'm doing that, I know I am genuinely reaching out to help you and I can provide something that will overall help your quality of life. Now, that was the first step. The second step is refining that approach to make it not seem so used car salesman, uh, salesman's approach type vibes. And I guess that's where I'm at right now. I'm in the middle of refining that in my current process, but that's the only thing that I would add on top of that. Okay, awesome. So I like that about the micro giving. I'm actually just, I was looking that up now myself, see if I had any questions for you about it. So I do have a quick question. So and micro giving kind of reminds me of consistency, right? Building your own brand. We talk about your brand and Unfeathered a lot, right? Your personal brand, and that you do a great job with that. But when it comes to the micro giving specifically about giving a piece of information here, giving a piece of information there, how do you not get burned out? Because you have to remain consistent, right? But how do you not get burned out? How do you continuously come up with new things to micro give uh, without sounding just repetitive and desperate? Uh, Heard, heard, and understood. And what I also hear in that is show up for people, so they will show up for you. A micro giving today example was Marceline hopped in the chat, even though she had family issues, not issues, but she had to help her mother move. But she still made time to hop in the chat, say hello, and then dip out. Show for people, they'll show up for you. When I get a message saying that Marcy is hosting a space, guess what? I'm going to hop in, say hello, and contribute any way I can. Anybody else out there? Did anybody request a mic? Well, we'll keep talking here. I just want to make sure we're not overlooking. Oh, okay. And just sorry, I just want to hop in before I forget. That is absolutely correct. Most companies, especially bigger companies, have an entire department outside of talent acquisition that is called campus recruiting. They have a whole department focused on going to different campuses and getting college students. So if you are a student, and we will definitely do a space on that specifically, Netta, for the college students or people in their grad students, any type of student, we'll have a space. But that is an absolute gem. If you are a student, take advantage of your career center. Take advantage of different companies and looking up their websites and seeing what they do for campus recruiting. Great share. Thank you. Thank you so much. You got dropped a lot of good points there. I definitely agree about the importance of, both parties being having something to benefit coming out of the conversation. So definitely a great share. Thank you so much, Ifiola. Did I say it? I hope I said your name correctly. If I didn't, please correct me. Um, Netta, did you have anything to add on top of that before I say some things? Okay, I got you. No worries. before, right before, I think that's amazing. Before we go into that, I did want to say two things on top of Ifiola really quick. Um, I know we're going back and forth between in-person networking and virtual networking. Two different things. I want to make that clear, right? So make sure again, the beginning, understand your goal and understand what you're doing. But with that being said, when you're virtually networking, you have to mentally prepare yourself for that person not to respond, right? You are reaching out. They don't know you. You're a stranger. You're hopping in somebody's DMs. So continue, even if you don't get a high amount of responses, keep doing what you're doing and continue to be consistent, and you will start to see results over time. Like Ifiola said, um, networking is not a short time game. If it's in God's time, then yes, sometimes it's a blessing. It can happen right away, but most of the times it has a long sales period. It could be 6 to 8 months. I've seen deals come through for me a year and a half later from somebody I've met a year and a half before, by just being consistent, remaining in touch. But now, when we go to in person, here's simple things that you can do when you approach somebody. Say you're at a networking event, okay? Don't be afraid to say hello. Just walk up, say hello, have a bright smile. Be approachable. That Be likable. People speak with people that are likable, that are approachable. Just walk up, say hello, introduce yourself, ask them who they are. A good segue question is asking them where they're from. Asking those questions sets you up to build different connectors, right? They may be from somewhere that you know about. Reference a place from there. Build the conversation first. Don't just dive right in trying to close the deal. Build a rapport and make them like you first. And those are the only things I want to say on that. Netta, do you have any horror stories, or did you want me to kind of tell some? Yes. So I'll talk about the virtual networking horror stories, uh, especially on LinkedIn. You're absolutely correct. People DM me on a daily basis to just build a relationship, try to build a rapport, see if I have any roles open. A horror story I can group them all together in a category. Is somebody I hate when people reach out directly and just say, "Hey, I'm looking for this, and this type of role. Can you help me out?" That annoys me. Maybe it's just me as a person, but I don't know you. I don't work for you. As a recruiter, we do not work for you guys. Please hear me. Recruiters do not work for job seekers. We work for the companies that of the positions we're trying to fill. So what does that mean? No, if you reach out to me, I'm not. If you just say, "Hey, I'm looking to be a software engineer. Can you hire me for any roles?" No, because you didn't approach me the right way. Right. So I had somebody, let me look at my LinkedIn message now. I had somebody last week reach out, say, "Hello, Mr. Thomas. My name is blank. I am a software engineer. I would like for you to place me in one of your open roles as soon as possible. Thank you." Now, it may sound pleasant, right? But to me, that is absolutely rude. I don't have time to sit and look through any roles I have open for you. And if you looked at my profile and looked at my website, you would see I don't have any of those roles open. Now, a message I got yesterday from somebody attempting to network. And we're still in the middle of conversing. So I don't know. I'm waiting for him to make his ask. But what he did was he said, "Hey, Justin, man, I see that you went to Georgetown. I see that you," and he said, "I love what you're doing with the Job Father brand. I would really love to connect because you just seem like an amazing person. Can we just see if our networks align?" Now, when I go to his profile, I see that he has an open to work banner and that he was recently laid off and he's been posting about it. But he stroked my ego. Yes. Thank you. I thank you for acknowledging what I do. Also, he acknowledged that I went to Georgetown because he looked at my profile. He did research. He made it about me. So he got a response. So that's a horror story plus a not so horror story that I have off the top of my head. I'll look through my inbox to get some more direct stories that are a little bit worse there. Okay, great. So this next one is a horror story, but it's a little on brand, but a little bit off brand. But I will share it as a recruiter because you need to know it. So this is about an in-person networking event that I was at. It was about hiring. It was about finding jobs and things like that. I was there as the job father. And so somebody comes up to me. The approach started out great. Hey, they introduced themselves. They asked me where I was from. Told me they loved what I was doing. Great intro. So they piqued my interest and they said, "Hey, can you give me some advice?" I said, "Of course." So they started to tell me about themselves and their career. And I said, "So, what do you want to do?" And here's where it became a horror story. Well, I can do whatever you have a job for. Whatever you need somebody, whatever jobs you have open, I can do. I can do almost anything. And for me, that was a major red flag. And from there, the conversation went downhill. And here's where it became a horror story. So I proceeded to be the job father and say, "Hey, listen, I definitely understand that you can wear many hats, but what are you actually good at? When I hear you're good at everything, that means you're great at nothing. So even though I do have jobs open, I can't put you in front of a software engineering client and you only know Python from doing a game online." And from there, that person got ignorance. Said, "Well, how dare you tell me this? I know how to do all of it. I'm great at all of it. I can be great at all of it. That's the problem with you corporate people and this, and that." The point of the story is never make things personal, never make things nasty. I don't believe I was nasty, but hey, if I offended somebody, I definitely apologized to that person. But even if somebody strikes a chord with you, even if you're having a bad day, or even if you're having a bad day but trying to make the best of it and you're trying to step out on the ledge and they shoot you down, even if they are rude, never burn that bridge. How you handle adversity speaks volumes to your character. Has any of you ever had anybody just go off on you when they were asking you for help? I'm sorry, but I'm Oh no, nothing to add. Thanks for the share. Definitely great share, Daniel. Thank you so much. It was me. Go ahead. Uh, yes, but overly eager. As the person on the receiving end, it is annoying, right? It is annoying, but as a career coach, I have to say you have to be consistent, right? Even people like there's, I guess, over eager is too, I guess it's too much. It's in excess, right? As long as they're over eager in the sense of they're continuously reaching out, even if it's every 2 weeks, they're reaching out, but they're not being disrespectful. I don't mind that because as a recruiter, 6 months down the line, I actually, if I look at their profile and they're not a bad candidate, I put it in my register, right? And 6 months later, if I have a need, they're going to be at the top of my mind. Like, who is that annoying person? Boom. Let me go to these. Let me go back to my records, and they'll get. And I've reached out to them. That people on LinkedIn, you will see people say, "Oh, recruiters always say they'll reach out and never do." I've reached out to plenty of people throughout my career who I spoke to 6 months earlier, 6 months prior, even a year or two prior, and made and got them interviewed and got them hired if they were still interested or on the market. So yes, I have, but I don't have anything negative to say about it. Only thing the advice I can give is make sure you toe that line. Never get disrespectful. And if you're going to consistently follow up, do what Netta said. Always have a small offer, right? I forget the direct terminology she used, but always have something to offer, even if it's just an article share. Hey, saw this article, uh, made me think about what we spoke about. Hope you're doing well. You don't I was just going to finish up saying, no worries. I was just going to finish up saying, you don't always have to remind them what you're looking for. Sometimes you can just make your presence known. Go ahead, Netta. Hold on, Netta, real quick. I'm sorry, Nino. Please give me 1 second, but all right, this is about networking, so I'm going to do something live here on my own. Now, mind you, I have come across spaces of this gentleman quite a few times, so this is not a cold networking attempt. But Lawrence, thanks for joining. I see you down there in the listener section, man. I wanted to ask how the event in Houston went. I saw that you were on the speaker panel, man. So I was trying to make it down there, but I have a newborn and wasn't able to. So I would love to connect with you, man, and learn how you took the steps to start doing speaking events at different conferences. But I love what you're doing, man. I'm pretty sure you killed it. I saw Kanika was a speaker as well. I really had a big case of FOMO. So hope all is well. Grab the mic if you can, man, and I'll network with you a little later. All right, go ahead, Nino. Sorry about that.
30 different services, but maybe I need to be more detailed. Okay, like, hey, we have this, but this is what I would recommend. Because once you start going off a different path, services that they're not interested, you lose them, right? So to me, it's like really understanding what their needs are and then bridging the services that I can provide to their needs. And that really has been working really well for me. But just being you as a person and just, being there with compassion and no matter what field, can definitely carry you a long way. So thank you for the time.
Tailor your approach. And speaking of tailoring your approach when you communicate with a hiring manager or applying for a job or even networking, we have Lawrence. Lawrence, so grateful to have you with us. I'm sorry if I didn't acknowledge you in the room earlier. I'm multitasking as we host. I am sharing out the space. So if you're here, if you're getting some value, kindly share out the space. It's two taps for you, but it could add a lot of value to someone. Help them change their networking game and land those opportunities. Very grateful to have you with us, Lawrence. Whenever you're ready, feel free to speak. We'd love to hear from you.
Man, thank you so much for that share, Lawrence. You definitely answered my questions, man. I'm happy to hear that the engagement went well. I'm happy that the overall event went well. Thanks for sharing, man. Glad to have you here. And I hope everybody took what he said was very valuable. Jump up. Great share. Thank you. Yes. 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 You didn't look. We were saying the same thing. I nothing. I was just saying great share. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Sure. You can't come here. Yeah, I'm on a call. So I hear you. I'm on a call. I just want to make sure everything is okay. Don't come here yelling, though. Okay. I hear you. Close the door. Okay. Okay.